down there. I'm Scotty. You're not. And we are taking a look at School of Rock on Jack Black Week. Day 3. Had to come around from this side because the guitar you hold it like this. So it's a Guitar Hero. Anyway, School of Rock tells the story of Dewey Finn, an aspiring rock star who is kicked out of his band weeks before the Battle of the Bands. So, out on his butt and not knowing what to do, he takes a substitute teacher job, disguising himself as his roommate, or pretending to be his roommate, Ned Schneebly, and what he finds is his future band. So he starts to train this group of kids, 10-year-olds, to be his band in the Battle of the Bands. So, sorry, I get you. That is the plot. And, actually, this movie, you know, when you rewatch movies you haven't watched in a while, sometimes it don't sit with you right. Like, Saving Silverman was in the middle. It was good. It was in the middle. Shallow Hal was still good, but was on the lower side of things. Like, a lot of things didn't sit well. Man, my nose just itches. Excuse me. This sat very well for me. I think it holds up a lot. Although there is some things like, to compare it to the TV series, like back in 2014, 2013, 2014, Nickelodeon released a TV series called School of Rock. Now, I watched that with my son when it came out. What happened? Hello? I didn't know I could do that. Hold on. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't even know I could do that while in... I'm trying to get the speck of dirt out. Hold on. Still not... There we go. Speck of dirt on this side. I didn't even know I could do that while I was recording. Very interesting. Remember that. Wait, no, because... What? Huh? That would make things so much easier to do for my playthroughs. Like, hey, welcome to Universe Mode. So let's switch it over and show you what it looks like. Boom! Just do that and you can see it. But, I don't know. I'm going to stop doing that. Where was I now? Yeah, the TV show. The TV show doesn't... Like, it, of course it's more aimed at kids, but the thing is, in that version, they took out all the lying. Like, from day one, he's not Ned Schneebly, he's Dewey Finn. Day one, he tells the kids, hey, I'm putting together this rock band, and, you know, because I want to build to the Battle of the Bands, which is the build for the first season, I think. And, like, yeah, so right away, you know, they know. They don't tell the principal, so that's in there. They don't tell the principal, but the whole class knows what's going on. Where in this one, he lies and say, "Oh, it's a school project, and we can't tell anyone. Shh, gotta be, you know, secret." But yeah. And also on the show, like, so in this, he's putting together the band. He has everything set up, like the guitar player, Zach Mooningham, drummers, Freddie. Lawrence is on the keyboards. And you have the bass, I forget her name. I will say, though, they kind of, like, this has a very ethnic cast, I think. Like, Lawrence is Asian. Well, in the TV show, he was a redhead. but also they had. I'm not sure what is she Asian Brianna Yeedy. She played Brie, whatever her name is, in that one, the bassist. And in this version, the movie, he tries to get backup singers, and when Summer sings, she's terrible, which is ironic because she's played by Miranda Cosgrove, who can sing, but they said, no, we need someone who's, you know, they actually allowed a character to not have any talent. Wow, be normal, right? But modern and Nickelodeon's like, nope, we can't have anyone with no talent. So, she's in the band, and she plays the tambourine, but she also sings. But it's like, I don't know. It's very weird to me that they would. Also, yeah, it's just very weird. But yeah, this movie is a lot more edgy than that TV series. There's a lot of stuff you couldn't do on that TV series, but I feel like there's still some things like you didn't need to go all in. Like, you could have had one character that doesn't have talent like that. That makes them human. But kids' TV shows nowadays, everybody has to have some kind of talent or something because we have to be equal and we have to have no faults in our TV show characters. Oh, no, no. Especially if they're female. I'm just saying. And here it's very much what it's 2004, 3. There's a sand in the back. 4. 2004. Very much. But let's not pretend that makes any sense. Like, no one would get away with this. Like, first of all, you come in and say, hey, I'm Ned Schneebly. You have to have some kind of ID. They're not going to let you walk in. So he wouldn't be able to do this anyway. And also, like, he's away with a lot. I feel like when they're writing the script, they were like, oh, he's getting away with a lot in the script. We need to have a character that thwarts his plan. And really, Sarah Silverman's character in this movie is only a plot point. She's only in this film to serve as a plot deterrent so that things go off the rail in the third act. And like, who does she call? Okay, so first of all, towards the end of the film, he tells them to send checks, send it to Cash or to under the name Dewey Finn, but they send it to Ned Schneebly to that address. Why not give them a post office box address or something? Like, oh, send my P.O. box. But no. Ned gets it, and he's gonna call them and say, hey, I didn't. So he has to. I'm not. I didn't teach there, but Dewey has to confess. Well, girlfriend shows up and calls the cops and everything. He doesn't get arrested for identity theft. He just is fired. He's not arrested at all. And the kids come and get him. And as they're leaving, Ned and girlfriend, Sarah Silverman's character, I don't know her name, I don't care, show up. And she calls, I think she's calling the cops, but like, when they cut back to them, he's like, I'm gonna go see the show. And she's like, why don't you stand up for yourself? The whole time, she's telling him, the whole movie, she's saying for him to stand up for himself and fight for what he wants. But it's only, no, that's not what she wants. She wants him to fight for what she wants. Like, she kick him out, do this, do that. She's telling him to get a spine, but she doesn't want him to get a spine. She just wants him to do what she wants him to do. She's just a deterrent throughout the film. Finally, he's like, you know what? No. I'm going to go see the show. I'm going to go watch them, which is cool. And I think that Jack Black has chemistry with all these kids. Like, it works. You see them on screen together, talking and moving, playing music, and it works. I don't know if they were actually playing all the music. I think they did because they had like a reunion concert a couple of years ago, back in 2014, whatever it was, for the 20th, maybe even more years. I don't know. But they had a little reunion thing, which is pretty cool. Yeah, and they even have some music, dun, 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 classic rock music playing in the background. It's really cool. Uh, but there's a couple of things I want to say. Is that Jack Black sometimes can go too much into the yeah type stuff, especially at the beginning in the concert. But it's like, it's Jack Black, and also, I've been mentioning that certain jokes don't work, and uh, in Saving Silverman it was the gay jokes, in Shallow Hal it was the perspective fat jokes where she kept falling, but it's supposed to be funny because he doesn't know that she's breaking things because she's fat. Here, there's only one joke that makes me roll my eyes so much that I actually muted it when it was on, so I didn't have to hear the joke. It's when he gets caught and he's trying to explain to teachers, he's like, your kids have touched me. Meaning, like, not literally, but, figuratively, they've touched him. Like, they've changed him, It's like, and I'm pretty sure I've touched them. And of course, because he says it touched them, they think he's a perp. Which, again, if that was the case, then why didn't he get arrested? He's like, no, and he runs off. But like, okay, you can say, oh, he didn't get arrested because he ran away, but he goes back home. So how was he not arrested? I don't know, but that one joke always makes me cringe. It's like, you were doing great. You didn't need that. This movie does not need that kind of humor in it. There's some stuff, but you see Dewey grow throughout the film. Like, he's like, about rock stars. He takes them to this audition. And when Freddie disappears, he has to go find him. He's like, hey, you can't just go into the band, man. You got more responsibilities. You can't just run into a van, And he's yelling at the people, what's wrong with you? He's a 10-year-old kid. You can't just, what? I don't think they were doing anything wrong, though. They're just, hanging out. Something I want to mention, too. So, at the beginning, he gets kicked out of his band. Does the lead singer guy cut his hair between the first part of this and the second part? Because I swear, every single one of them have long hair, at least mullets or something. And then at the end, he's got short hair. Like, did he not know he was coming back and cut his hair? Like, oh, we don't have a wig for this guy, just have him go on there? I don't know. Speaking of which, let's talk about the ending to this movie, alright? Because this is one of the most stereotypical bullshit ending to a kid's movie I've ever seen. Alright? In fact, Camp Rock copied this ending, and it's been done in numerous kids' movies because the moral of the story is, oh, hey, at least you went out there and you tried. You didn't win, but you tried, and that's all that mattered. But no, they should win. And every single time I've seen the tropes, it's like, no, I don't care what your lesson is, they should have won. And here, at least they kind of, I think this is the best version of that, because at least, like, Camp Rock worked because the whole moral of that was, even though they lost the competition, they won because everybody wants to go to Camp Rock, so they're not going anywhere. But here, they lose, right? They go out there, they rock their hearts out, and maybe it shouldn't have been, maybe that's the problem, it shouldn't have been Dewey's old band that won. I feel like that's bullshit, okay? Because the whole thing was that he was trying to get away from his band, move on to something else, and then just have his band win anyway without him. What does that prove? I just thought that's fucking stupid. His old band wins after kicking him out? What? That makes no sense. He's supposed to be better off without his band. Move on, get in a better life, moving on to stuff. If you're gonna have a different band win, have a different band win, but not his old band. Because that's basically saying, hey, you went out there, you put your life on the line, you put these kids' lives on the line, you went there, you rocked your ass off, but hey, your old band, they won without you. What does that say about him then? You just have him win. Have them win, excuse me. And he's, you know, but what I do like about this is that even though they don't win, like everybody in the crowd is going, School of Rock, School of Rock. So once again, it's not one of those endings where it's like they didn't win, but in the hearts of people in the audience, they won. And there is no specific reason given for it. Not like in, am I thinking of the movie where, not like in Spectacular where they won. Well, they didn't win because it was qualified for too many people, but you know they won because they get the record deal. You know, even everybody there is like, hey, well, wait, what? It's that kind of ending, and I know. I wish they would stop doing that ending. They should have just won. I know the lesson is, but they didn't win the competition, but they won in hearts, they won in life, that sort of thing. They're better off for it. I get it, but if you're gonna do that, don't have his old band win. That just, I don't know. Joan Cusack. You know what? Jack Black can say he was in a movie with both John Cusack and Joan Cusack. I think she might be in High Fidelity too. I haven't seen it. It's on my list. Trust me. But there's that. And Joan Cusack's pretty good. He uses the Stevie Nicks to get her to agree to the field trip. But no. And I like at the end, he's like, "You're not mad?" She's like, "I'm furious, but I'm happy for you," and stuff. But like, I do like though, like when they're arguing and the kids take off to go get him, and they're like, which, like, she's like, she goes out, she tries to get them to calm down. They won't listen, all the parents. So she goes out in the hallway. She breathes, takes a deep breath. She looks out the window. See the kids are taking off in the bus. She comes in and she goes, "Your kids are all gone," or something like that. Like, "Your kids are all missing." But yeah, I really liked it watching this movie. I enjoy it. I always cry, and I know I get softy. I'm a softy, but I always cry at the end when they in the competition. They're singing, and the parents are watching them play, and it's just all that emotion. The parents are realizing their kids have this talent, and their kids are special, and yeah. By the way, though, earlier in the film, he convinces Frank Whaley's character to put them in a competition because they're sick, dying kids. Is he still supposed to believe they're sick and dying kids when they're shredding and rocking and rolling, bouncing around and stuff, doing this? They're supposed to be sick, dying kids? I don't know. Just some point out. But yeah. So I have to say, when it comes to School of Rock, it's pretty good. So, what are your thoughts on School of Rock? Comment, so make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.